Alright, time to get rid of these other little things. So I'm gonna take them off. I've got these hand guards, but I don't have the bar yet. It's on the way. It should be here tomorrow, hopefully. But for now, it has the LED light turning signal, has wires. So what we're gonna do is take these off and start figuring out these wire setup, so that tomorrow I could just slap them on real quick. Alright, so I started with taking this flat Phillips screwdriver or Phillips screw out. Took that out. Then there's gonna be a Allen key bolt right here and down here. Same with the other side. Then you can just pry it up a little bit. You should be able to get more room to play with the wires. So you really can't get it off. I mean, you could if you go all the way in there and get those bolts off, but literally you can reach it right here. Just follow the wire. These little connectors right here. So you follow that wire coming from that signal. It's right here. So my goal is to disconnect it here. I don't want to cut the bike harness up. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to cut it like over here, whatever. And then I'm going to use this connector to wire in here. But eventually I'm going to order the, I think it's called 12 o'clock lab adapter for these lights. So it comes as running lights, because right now it's going to be blinkers. So that's eventually going to be in the future. But goal is disconnect this, cut it, and then we're going to wire it into here. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. Alright, so it's really tricky. It's going to be kind of fun to do this on here. You really need to get a small Phillips, like super small. What you're going to do, I'll just show you. So it's in there. What you're going to do is try to put it. Give me a second. Alright, so you're going to squeeze it right in this tab. Sorry, it's going to be pretty hard to do with one hand. Okay. So you're going to squeeze it right in here. Focus, come on. Alright, there we go. Squeeze it in there. You're going to pry up that second piece. And it pops right out. Alright, so once you get it out, you got the short wire one is going to be, if you're driving a car, your passenger, so your right side. And this is going to be your left with the longer wire. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut as far back as I can to save as much wire. Right there probably. And this one, longer wire, cut it right there. So just in case, always got room to play with. So we have the bike on, splice some wires up. I'm basically waiting for that to turn on. And we got this and this. Thank you. So red with blue, with no stripe, and black with green. Alright, so I got it mocked up and wired in basically. Wires running through here, and that cable underneath. It comes out here. And I already put these little wire connectors that come with it. Then I got the other tab that connects here. And I got the wires bridged already. Well, not bridged, but connected on. So all I'm gonna do is plug it in and plug it in. Alright, so I got red with orange, black with green. Get to it for the right side. Alright, so I had the turning signals on these handguards wired up, taped them up, but I messed up. Or actually I taped it up and then I decided to try it. And then it clicked. So I'll get to that in a second, but it clicked because I had these two touching wrapped up. So blew a fuse, obviously. If you ever need to know where the fuse box is, it's on the battery side, so your left side. And then you have the fuses. I blew the fourth fuse, which is, if you look right here, focus in, it's turn, horn, and stop. And that fuse blew. This little 10-minute. So don't worry, get that fixed real quick. Harbor Freight special, $8. Get 60 fuses. Alright, we finally came in. Zeta handguards with a little pivot point for the middle. Let's try these out. Alright, so to fit these, I'm gonna go like that basically. Get the clamp to go over there to the middle of those bars. But you have to cut the edge of this right there basically. And then you still have to cut off a piece of plastic on the throttle tube side. And same with this side. Gotta cut it right there. Yeah, mine's already ripping. But yeah, just cut those. I'm using this right here. I'm just gonna trim it right off. This side, I cut a little bit too much, but it was already ripped, so I'm gonna do with that for now. And on this side is what I'm talking about, this little plastic piece for your throttle tube. That's gotta cut, so I'm gonna cut it basically right there, and then go from there. Alright, there we go. So now from there, we're gonna use these pieces right here. So they come with two different pieces, like side fittings. So I think it's like aluminum or something like that, steel. But use whichever one fits the best for you. Let's see which one works good for me. Too big. Should expand. Let's put them in. And then use this plastic piece right here. Do not forget this. For your throttle side. It's like a spacer basically. So it goes like this. And then you put everything on. Might be this one. So once you find the right one, you take this little nipple piece and you put that in the back of it. And then the screw goes in like this. And while you're screwing, it's going to expand this and grab your bars. Alright, so trick with this is kind of tricky. So I started with this side first, put that in. And I had this sitting here, but putting this on, you got to watch this wire. I like it under. I tried putting it here, it doesn't work. I tried running on top, it looks stupid, so I'm running it under. I'm going to put the zip tie back on right here. But then this bolt, you have to find that right angle where it can just thread on by hand, and then you can tighten it. Right now it's not tight yet, but so far it's looking good. And so I mounted it right there. So what I'm going to do is probably tighten this side up, get it to where I like it, and then force, because right now this is just turning the little thing in here. So once you get pressure on it, it should be able to tighten up better. But yeah, this was not too easy, but it's easy once you figure out where you want it and how to line this up. Yeah. So I'm putting the covers, well, the hand guards actually on now, so I can test fit it better before I tighten those down. So there's two screws here, and basically this holds right under there. Once you take the sticker off, you see the holes right there and right there. Alright, so this side, do not, the throttle side, do not forget this plastic piece, because that is going to stop it from, like, if you don't put it on, it's going to rub against this and you won't have no throttle. So it's like a spacer in general. So you're going to put that, and then you're going to put this piece, I'm recording it, and this one. Go. And just put it in there for now. You see how that sits? It's really clear, so, but just make sure it's sitting like evenly on there. Yeah, right there. And now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mount this one. Thinking like there maybe, and then run it in that little section and move my wires again. Alright, let's try it. Alright, so we're test fitting again. Everything is loose. I got that mounted over there. Put it in the camera. Try it again. Alright, so we got it test fitting. That's somewhat mounted. And I got this one, but this is what I was telling about the problem. So you got to find that right angle to catch that bolt. You see how it's like not lining up? But it's such a big gap. So you have to like play with it for a little until you find that right spot. right about there. Alright, to mount the grip, I'll show you guys. Let me take this sticker off. Hold it right there. Alright, so we got them mounted. And the throttle, like I said, you don't want it to stick, so just make sure it doesn't stick. If it's starting to stick, just loosen this up a little bit and then retighten it, but not all the way. If it's sticking, if not, you're good. I had a little problem, but then I trimmed the little rubber back a little bit more and it wasn't grabbing it. Now it doesn't stick at all. Looking good. Way better.